Life, see, has a shitty sense of timing. The bloke that gets sacked and then treads in some dog shit on the way home doesn't get there to find he's won the lottery, no. He gets back to find his wife shagging the postwoman. Like I say, shitty sense of timing. Unless, that is, you think of it in terms of comic timing, set-up, punchline, all that. Then it makes perfect sense. Well, more sense. My comic moment came when I let go of that rope. The punchline was what it did to my face. When you scare people just by being in the same room or on the same tube, when you frighten your own wife, your own kids, fucking cat, for God's sake. You've got to laugh.
Given the choice between never being able to laugh again or never being able to cry, I think most people would opt for the latter. But think about it. How messed up would that leave you?
They're gone now, Sarah and the kids, of course. But before, during those last days in bed, she'd pull this face, this expression when I came. I couldn't put my finger on it, not then, but I can now. It's the face you'd pull if you couldn't decide whether you're about to cry or puke.
Maybe that's why I slept with him. Pity. But that would be bullshit, wouldn't it? Even if I said it was curiosity, you'd know I was lying. I'd know. It was a sick fascination and a deeply held unconscious belief that I don't deserve anything decent. I don't want to hear this. I'm a nice girl. I tell myself that it's what's on the inside of a person that makes them attractive. Ugliness is only skin deep and all that. The missing detail here, but not for long, is that deep down, under his disfigurement, under his pain, under that thing he calls a face, Max is still revolting. I try rationalizing it as unrequited maternity instinct, a body clock thing, and need to care. I was always bringing home injured animals as a kid and nursing them back to health. Mummy's little Flo Nightingale. It disgusts me now, and not in the nice way, remembering the rush I got from hurting her in the first place. Why was my mum never suspicious? All those mice, that seagull, Rusty. There was a lot she didn't notice, my mum. Why can't I want nice things for myself? What's wrong with me?
The thing that's wrong with Fanny Saturday is that she's got no fucking sense of humour. Anyone else would have seen the joke. It's a classic, a pure carry-on moment. You've seen it a million times in a billion movies. Some clown mistakes his laxatives for his sleeping pills and, well, you get the picture. It works on so many levels. So you can see why I switched the bottles. You can't blame me really, can you? I mean, you could say I was doing him a favour. Better than I'm taking all those sleeping tablets. Now, that really wouldn't be funny. Fanny didn't quite go along with this picture of me as Osgood's saviour, and she may have had a point. She doesn't understand him like I do, though. I think she thinks he really wants to die. Truth is, he's a fraud and a coward. 45 attempts, fuck off. No one's that incompetent. I see his phoniness so clearly because I share it. And his fear. We are kindred spirits, me and Osgood. Ringmaster and clown in our own little freak show. I'm not talking about the face. No, this is me. How I'm meant to be. How I've always been, really. And it's no coincidence that the only part left undamaged was the smile. The face suits me. It chose me.
The sad thing here is that Max nearly believes this. And he's almost right. Did you know that the only hate mail he never puts up on the site is the stuff that suggests he had the accident on purpose?
He thought it was funny. He actually laughed. From the look of it, I think he thought I was going to find it funny too. I mean, he must have known what an overdose of Gutterlax could do. I was furious, and I lost it a little. I know that he could forget where the line was sometimes. That was forgetting what a fucking line is. I just wanted to hurt him. But like a graffiti-strewn wall with no room left for even the tiniest of tags, it would have taken some imaginatively sick violence to have screwed that up any further. It would have taken a better woman than me. I don't think I hated him quite that much. Or myself. I was tempted, though. He is weak.
Benny turned up not long after I found Dad. I was still reading his note. They were never like you'd think a suicide note would be. They were unthought out and rambling. Some were almost cheerful. There were PSs for fuck's sake, and PPSs. I keep them. I don't know why. Despite this, despite everything, he always thought that he was going to succeed. If succeed is the right word. He'd burn all his stuff first on the barbecue. In the yard when we were out. The smell of a barbecue, any barbecue, doesn't just make me hungry.
The cheerful suicide note is not as bizarre or as uncommon as it might sound. It's not feelings or mood, believe it or not, that cause a person to do such nightmarish things to themselves. It's a mindset, a learnt belief. Talk to the homeless. You'll find very often there'll be people who have never felt any real sense of belonging themselves. It is this lack of a home in their hearts that draw their lives towards the streets, not the other way around. Their heads sleep rough long before their bodies do. So it is with Osgood and the others. They believe their souls to be already dead. They're just trying to get back to where they think they belong.
Mum's suicide note to Dad had been much more concise than any of his. It contained just 2 words. You and win. I got one. It said, you too. Effie's read, you're next. I got 2 words for my mum. Good fucking riddance.
He hadn't taken the pills. The laxatives. They were still there, untouched on the side in the kitchen. What had happened was much stranger. Osgood had tried to hang and shoot himself at the same time. It seems he fired the gun at his head as he jumped, the noose around his neck. But remember, this is Osgood hardback we're talking about here. And things had a habit of not going quite to plan for our Oz. He missed. Shot through the rope and knocked himself out, falling. I was flabbergasted that he had a gun. I asked Tori about it, and she said they'd been due to go on the Jeremy Kyle show later that week. So at least something made sense.
Have you any idea just how devastating it is for other people to be around someone who commits, or tries, or wants to take their own life? What it is like to love someone when they hate themselves? No image I can think of can conjure up the angry devastation of mile after pointless, heartbroken mile of human wreckage, found staggering aimlessly around the epicenter of any suicide, or attempt, or threat even. And threats. A threat alone, made without intent? Well, that's a mighty powerful tool if you are prepared to use it. Most effective, I hear, against those who love you the most.